In this video, I'll be going over the Great Forest, beast tribes, members of said beast tribes, and who exactly is the Holy Beast, and what his purpose is. So let's get started. Disclaimer also that I will be delving into light novel and web novel information, so anime onlys, you've been warned. First thing we should start with is the Great Forest, the home of the beast tribes and the Holy Beast. It's located in the southeast area of the world map, between the Demon Continent and the Millis Continent. It is a lush jungle akin to the Amazon rainforest, and contains many different species of animal, alongside the many beast tribes. The seasons in the Great Forest consist of mainly two, the rain season and the mating season. In the rain season, the forest is flooded, and hunting for food becomes very hard. For these very reasons, the beast race have built their homes in the trees, and hunt when it's no longer the rain season to stockpile for said season. The mating season, however, this is when the beast race go into quote-unquote heat and procreate with each other, and that males during this time will challenge the female they want to take as their bride. It's worth noting that outside of the mating season, the beast race are forbidden from sex. Speaking of the beast tribes, there are many different tribes living in the Great Forest. The only ones we know of, however, are the main tribes, being the cat-like Didoldia and the dog-like Adoldia, with the leader of each acting as leader to the whole alliance. The beast tribe possess some unique characteristics, those being the strong sense of smell that all beast race people possess, that are so strong they can smell sexual urges, voice magic that involves combining magic with the beast race's special vocal cord in order to produce an ear-splitting sound, and finally, women of the beast race are able to have 2 to 3 children per birth. The most humiliating situation for a beast race is being naked and being splashed with water. Because of this, their main way to torture prisoners are to strip them naked and splash water on them. Something that Rudeus got a first-hand experience of. Noteworthy individuals that hail from the beast race include Ghislaine Didoldia, described as a strong-willed individual and a meathead by Paul Greyrat. He was constantly bullying her brother guys and causing trouble until a man named Gulfarin came along and saw potential in her rough and violent nature, thereby taking her away from the Great Forest, effectively running away from her family and role as a member of the beast race, and eventually gaining the title of Sword King and one of Gulfarin's cursed blades as proof of her title. She later became a member of the Fangs of the Black Wolf. She joined them as a warrior and eventually lost her virginity to Paul. It's worth noting that at some point Ghislaine obtained the magic power Demon Eyes, which allows Ghislaine to view magic power directly. Ghislaine was always illiterate, and thus was always susceptible to scams, and because of this she was eventually broken hungry, which resulted in Eris's family taking her in, and giving her a job as a bodyguard and sword instructor, for 2 Ashura gold coins. She first met Rudeus when visiting Paul's house in Buena Village, and escorted him to the Rudeus Greyrat estate, where she'd later learn literature and basic arithmetic from Rudeus, as well as teach him and Eris the sword god style. On to Persenna Adoldia, who alongside Rhynia Didoldia were introduced at Renoa Magic Academy, located in Sharia. Both her and Rhynia were troublemakers, and began bullying Rudeus, but later started calling him boss after a certain incident. After graduating from Renoa Magic Academy, Persenna fought Rhynia to decide who would return to the Great Forest, and become village chief. Persenna won, and returned only to cause an incident where she ate all the meat in the Great Forest's storeroom, and was then put in prison where Rudeus and Rhynia save her, and goes on to work for Rudeus. Rhynia Didoldia, after losing to Persenna Adoldia, began a new life as a merchant, but later went into debt and became a slave, only to be bought by Rudeus, who vowed to make her repay the debt that he paid off by working as a maid in his household. This plan soon backfired as Rhynia was very clumsy, and thus she then began working under Aisha in the Rudy Mercenary Company. Gaius Didoldia, father to Rhynia Didoldia and brother to Ghislaine Didoldia, a man who was bullied by his sister at a younger age, eventually became warrior chief, and then eventually took over his father's position as village chief. At an early age he was an impulsive person, but years later his personality became more relaxed and somewhat similar to his father's. He is shown to possess superior agility, physical strength, and characteristics special to his race. He is also able to do unique magic of the Didoldia race, voice magic that can manipulate the sound of his voice. One of the most important tasks for the beast race inhabiting the Great Forest is to protect and serve the holy beast that was born from the sacred tree. The holy beast was initially saved by Rudeus in the smuggler's base, and later into the story, due to Rudeus requiring a familiar with a strong fate to prevent Hitogami from attempting anything dangerous on his family, he was summoned from the Great Forest and was named Leo. Later it's found out that the hero whom the beast race had prophesied would be the savior they were waiting for alongside Leo is to be Lara Greyrat, the daughter of Roxy Migurdia and Rudeus Greyrat, who will also go on to fight Hitogami alongside Orsted. From then on, Leo is always seen beside Lara to protect her as she grows up, to become the hero prophesied. That's the beast race and holy beast explained. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, be sure to subscribe, leave a like, and comment on your thoughts. But anyways, hope you have a great rest of your day, and until next time.